Welcome everyone to the stream of Breath of Fire. If you're watching this live on Twitch, thank you very much for joining. If you're watching this in the future on YouTube, again, thank you for joining. Either way, please make sure and smash that follow button on Twitch and smash that subscribe button on YouTube. I'm doing a lot of different games right now. I still owe some of my followers a final ending to Suikoden 2. I'm kind of working on a knife-only Turok run through as well. And I play Pokemon Scarlet intermittently as I decide I want to breed Pokemon or be competitive or whatever. But this is one that I've always wanted to do for a long time. This RPG holds a very special place in my heart. It was one of the first games that I remember actually earning money off of a paper route to go purchase. And I've played it through, I would say probably to completion, probably a half dozen times over the years. But I've really wanted to do a live stream of it. So that game is Breath of Fire, and we're going to do that tonight. This is a very laid back, chill game. So this is one where you can just kind of sit back and relax, lay on the couch, watch the stream, watch the game. Kind of saves you from having to play it, and you can still get everything that you need from it without actually having to play it. So if you've never played Breath of Fire before, it's an amazing game. It spawned several sequels, 2, 3, and 4. And then a couple others as well. My dog is playing with a toy that's very loud. And yeah, it's just a good game. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are playing this on the Switch. We're not playing the GBA version. We're playing the original version, but on the Switch. I'm actually going to let this play because it's pretty good. So this game essentially is, because it doesn't give you a lot of the story, you actually have to have the game and own the manual, like back when games came with manuals, like when I was a kid. So the manual basically says you've got Dragons of Light and Dragons of Dark. The Dragons of Dark have overpowered the Dragons of Light over the centuries, and the Dragons of Light are very few in number. They basically are in one village, and the Dragons of Dark control the world. Think of like Sith and Jedi cycles, right? So like currently the world is in a state of having a Sith cycle. So the Dark Dragons are in control, the Light Dragons are not, they're dwindling away. And all of a sudden, in the middle of a time of turmoil, when they're needed the most, the Light Dragons breed a hero. Raz, what's going on? This is, I think 92. How you doing? You were 2? I was 7. I like to have 3 games going at one time. So clearly I have the Turok that I'm still working through, and I've got Pokemon kind of back and forth. And now I've got Breath of Fire. So I've got all the gamuts covered, right? So I always have something different to play. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had a paper route, and I remember like having to work for things, like going out and like doing chores so I could buy video games. The very first game I ever bought was Super Mario RPG. But this was up there too. What are you up to? I gotta tell you, this one's not as fast-paced as Turok, man. This one's a grind for sure. But for me, it's an enjoyable grind. I might use it to practice my voiceover skills, because I'm gonna need them for the Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster. First game you played was Pokemon Red. Well, at least you started off right. I mean, what can you say to that? Who was your starter? I gotta know. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say Charmander. Alright, the Dark Dragon family is scheming against the other dragon families. Like I was saying, there is not a lot of story here. You have to get the story from the original instruction manual, which clearly most people are not going to have that. So, Zog is the king of the Dark Dragons, and he is in charge right now. So he's trying to get rid of the Light Dragons. You pick Charmander? Alright, my boy. I did not pick Charmander, but if I could go back in time and be that age again and start the game again, I would pick Charmander. But I picked Squirtle when I played. But I also had blue. So like I feel like people who had red picked Charmander, people who had blue picked Squirtle, and there was no green, so nobody picked Bulbasaur. Alright, so there's Sarah. Sarah is the only light dragon left that has any power whatsoever. Everybody else is like useless. So she's gonna go out and defend us. Well, first she's gonna petrify everyone so that we can't be hurt by fire. And then she's gonna go out and defend us. I feel like I should try developing my voiceover skills with this one, because there's not very many characters. There's like 5. Like, be strong. When you're a warrior, you'll bring peace to the world. Take care. May the power of the Light Dragon prevail. I'll try to distract the Dark Dragons. Hey, someone's there. She has the power of the dragon. Take her to the commander. We'll search the area later. We must take care of her now. Sir, we've captured a light dragon. Dude, I love Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is really good. Like, it got the best ratings, but Radiant Dawn is actually my favorite Fire Emblem. But I absolutely love Fire Emblem. Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem, any tactics, front mission, any tactics game like that I love. So, and I plan on playing all those as I move. I don't want to take on more than 3 games at a time, but yeah, I do love Fire Emblem. One of my favorites. Sir, we've captured a light dragon. I don't remember the voice I had for her. You set fire to our peaceful community. What do you gain from this? She has a point. Oh, the one with Roy? Yeah, that's a good one. So I actually, I almost played this on Game Boy Advance because there was a Game Boy Advance port of this game with updated graphics and stuff. But me being an older millennial, I was like, I have to play the original version. But the Game Boy Advance version has better graphics for sure. My orders were to eliminate all light dragons. I always follow orders. I'm just doing my job. Please don't blame me. I don't know how to voice this one. Our village has been destroyed! Wow, you're strong. I'm losing track of my voices already. Come on! I can't let you interfere with Zog's plans. Nothing personal. We will stop you! I don't think so. We have the goddess keys. The goddess keys? You're a pretty good scrapper. Too bad you're on the wrong side. Don't come any closer. What will you do with Tyr the goddess? It's all over. Take this, slime! You didn't even flinch! Yeah, I guess they're all British, aren't they? I don't know where this is coming from. I'm not even high. Come on. Is that all you've got? Ha ha ha. This is actually kind of fun, even though it's very taxing. Oh good, I don't have to read this. So yeah, Fire Emblem for sure. In the future, I will be doing Fire Emblem for sure. It's just, I can only take on like 2 or 3 games at a time. I've got to do Link to the Past. Like I want to get through all my favorite games of all time, and I want to make sure like they're documented or whatever on YouTube so that my kids can watch them later in case something ever happens to me and I have kids, if that makes sense. Like I don't have kids yet, but I would love to have kids, and if I ever have kids, I would like them to be able to see their dad play like his favorite games. So I gotta play Link to the Past, I gotta play Super Mario 64, I gotta play Breath of Fire, I gotta play Xenogears, I gotta play Final Fantasy Tactics, like all my favorites. So I can only take on 2 or 3 at a time, but eventually, for sure, I'll play Fire Emblem. No doubt about it. I loved Three Houses, by the way. Three Houses, for me, was just as good as Radiant Dawn. Okay, so essentially, I've heard some glitches from the new Pokemon game. Dude, there's so many glitches, it's ridiculous. Like, so many. Basically, what this is saying is that there are goddess keys scattered around the world. The power of the combined goddess keys opens up the path to the goddess herself, who is currently controlling everything. And the dark dragons and the light dragons are just both pawns in her scheme, and the dark dragons currently have control. So think of the Sith and the Jedi. This is a cycle right now in this world where the Sith are in control, not the Jedi. That's really what they're saying. And now Sarah has lost the battle. We are no longer petrified because the fire is gone. I gotta tell you, Raz, that Turok stream, that did me some good. I had like, I don't know, I had like 4 or 5 followers while I was offline that followed me. Like, I don't know what happened, but I love the momentum. I want to keep this going. All right, so the chief gives us basically everything that's left, which is 300 gold pieces. Unfortunately, one of the problems with this game is it doesn't tell you what to do. You kind of have to figure it out. So luckily, I've played it enough to where I know basically all we need to do here is buy some herbs and some antidotes, and we're good. And then the main thing is, you have no idea where to go because it doesn't tell you. So the first thing you want to do, there's no emulator saves here, there's none of that because we're playing on the Switch. So first thing we're going to do is visit the Dragon Shrine and save. And it's been recorded, so we're good. Yeah, as far as like, here's my theory on it, right? Like, I feel like I bring enough to Twitch that I feel like I bring things that a lot of people don't offer, from both a knowledge perspective, a life experience perspective, and like an appearance perspective. I feel like I bring a lot that a lot of people don't. So for me, it's okay, how do I compete in a market where there's already a lot of competition, right? Well, if I go play Overwatch, there's 600 channels with thousands of viewers that are already playing Overwatch, but I'm new. So they're not going to look at my channel. But for me, I need to target those esoteric markets like Suikoden, Breath of Fire, Turok, those games that don't have like a huge following of people, but the people that do follow them are super passionate about it, right? Because I'm a gamer just like you are. I grew up playing Breath of Fire. I grew up playing Zelda. I grew up playing Fire Emblem. I grew up playing Turok. If I can encapsulate those folks that are all into those games and slowly build my channel up to where I can play bigger games, like I can play Fortnite and people are actually going to click on the channel, I feel like that's a way to get everybody together. So that's my theory on it. Plus, I have like, I'm going to try to split my YouTube channel up into 2. I'm going to make it a gaming, and then I'm going to make a separate one, which I already actually made today. But I have to transfer my old videos over to it, like my older like crypto videos and my self-confidence videos and everything, switching it over to the new channel. So anyway, the first thing we have to do here is we have to fight some slimes, because if we don't fight some slimes, we're not going to make it. And this is not the fight to start with, trust me. Fight some slimes, hang out here by the town, fight some slimes, level up to 2 or 3, and then we can move forward. Well, this is going well. Oh, I guess he hits hard. Okay, I didn't know that he could hit Bulla hard enough, so we'll go ahead and hit Bulla then. Is what a turn-based strategy game. My Twitch plan? Or Breath of Fire? Oh, no, it's not. It's turn-based, though. Yeah, my Twitch might be a turn-based strategy game, honestly. That's how I'm approaching it. Because I'm trying to penetrate a market that's already been penetrated. And that is way too many uses of the word penetration in one sentence, so I have to apologize for that. Well, actually, you know what? I like that word, so I'm not going to apologize for it. Alright, so we're level 2. We probably need to get up to like level 3 before we start. There's some slimes. There's the slimes I needed to begin with. No, no protection. It's not the same. It's not the same. Couldn't tell you the last time I did that. Nobody ever wants me to use it anyway. You don't want to mess with me, Raz. I've got sexual innuendos all day long. Don't get me started. No, that's actually Brandy. There we go. All right, so we're at level 3, which is pretty much where we want to be before we start moving forward. It's just one of those things where you kind of have to grind a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and heal up and head on over to Camlon, which again, there's no indication that that's where you're going. You just kind of have to figure it out. It's kind of like an old school RPG. So we're gonna head northeast up here to Camlon, where the king has been usurped by a frog, and we have to go in and reclaim his castle for him. G14 classified. You're gonna have to tell me what that means, my friend. Alright, so this is Camlon. It's been overrun. Or is it Nanai? I think I have the town name wrong. This is Nanai. So this is the king. You're supposed to figure out that you have to go talk to him. And they basically, you just talk to people, and there's no prompts, there's no anything that tells you. It just says, we need a strong fighter to chase creatures from the castle. So we're like, okay, well, I guess that's me. So I'm gonna go ahead and save. I can't believe I've been going for half an hour. I should have been through this castle in a half an hour. I've been talking too much, Raz. Alright, so we go into the castle here. And the good thing about this starting area is that there's a pool of water that we can drink out of. So we can basically sit there and level up while we can heal after we level up. It's kind of like Suikoden 2, where there's like a pool of water in the first dungeon that you can just stand by and level up. So here, drink the clean water, get refreshed. So all you have to do is just walk left and right and level up until about 5 or so. No, you're good. You're good. I just don't want to spend 50 hours on this game. Keep talking though, keep talking. I'll reply as I see it. Alright, so we're level 4. Nice and easy. Did you tell me what you're up to tonight yet? Besides watching me? So these things are a pain in the ass. This is why we stand by the water, is because these things can poison you. They're pretty weak, but if they poison you, it sucks. Like when you walk around the map, the poison drains your health really fast. This is just a standard RPG, man. This is how they all used to be. It's very simple battle system. In Breath of Fire 2, it gets a little bit more complex because you can kind of like combine things together. You can say, hey, I want to combine this and this. There's some complexity to it, but it's pretty simple, really. It's like one of those games that you just lay back and kind of relax and enjoy. It's not meant to be anything like, oh, I have to sit here and focus 100%. Breath of Fire 3 ups the complexity a little bit, and Breath of Fire 4 ups the complexity a little bit, but it's still not that bad. Nelson Reborn, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're just doing a little Breath of Fire. We're getting started here. Raz is teaching me what G4 classified means. I will say this game can be somewhat repetitive, so just in advance. If you're watching this live or if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, great game, but it can be a little repetitive because there is some grinding involved. It's not like current games where you do 2 battles and you level up to wherever you need to be. This is like you do 50 battles and you level up to where you need to be. Razda, I actually started this. I started this a playthrough of this game like in December of 2020 or January of last year. It's been a long time, but I never finished it. I got like halfway through and I just like, I'm done with this. And my setup was not nearly as good as it is now. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start this over. You're loving the positive vibe? I'm good, man. Tell your friends to come enjoy the positive vibe with us. And so the game gives us another like water fountain right off the bat. Real convenient. What do you doubt yourself about? Hey, I'll tell you what. If there's something that I like in this world, it's a deep conversation. I will never shy away from a deep conversation. So if you need to tell somebody something, you go right ahead and tell me. I can't stand surface level conversations. If we get into a deep conversation, I could sit here and play this game, have a deep conversation with you, and my brain is so happy I can't even tell you. Okay, so we got a bronze sword here. Unfortunately, I have to hit select to change this. It's really irritating. The other thing about this game is, just so you know, if you decide you want to play this game, the inventory does not give you any clue as to what's going to happen if you make a change. So this Ryu's weapon is the dirk, and I can put on the bronze sword, but there's no indication as to what the result of that is going to be. So you have to like go, okay, so my attack, you have to make a mental note. Okay, my attack is 25. my action is 18. What happens if I click bronze sword? So I go to 32 and 16. So my attack goes up, but my action goes down, which action is essentially speed in terms of any other game. So my speed just went down a little bit, but my attack went up. So if you're playing an old school game like this, you kind of have to be like, okay, the game's not going to help me determine what happens. I have to figure it out myself. I don't know. Let's look. I don't think so. No, there is. So basically, like, fate is essentially luck. So if fate determines if you get a crit hit, because there are crits in this game, but I don't think there's an accuracy. It's just assumed that everything is a 100% accuracy rate. Which actually makes the game easier because you don't have to worry about that stuff. You just know that, okay, if he hits me, it's going to hit. If I hit him, it's going to hit. Like, you can plan for that kind of thing. Act is basically speed. So again, this is another thing where I was going to say, like, I put on the bronze sword, so now I have a gauntlet. So I have to be like, okay, my defense is 28. What happens? So it goes to 31, but what else happened, right? Like, the game doesn't tell you. You have to do the math in your own head to figure out what actually happens. So my action or my speed went up 1, and my defense went up 3. So that was a good move. That's kind of how you have to approach inventory management in this game. Yeah, fate is luck. So essentially, do I get a crit or not? I will tell you, Raz, this game, it looks pretty simple, and it is pretty simple, but they made some really big strides on the PlayStation when they put out Breath of Fire 3 and Breath of Fire 4. The artwork in those games are beautiful. Like, there's another streamer named Spoony that's doing Breath of Fire 3 right now. And I was like half tempted to just watch her tonight instead of streaming myself. But I'm like, you know what? I'll go ahead and do Breath of Fire 1, and then maybe eventually I'll get to do Breath of Fire 3 and 4 myself. But like the artwork, it's like watercolor. It's not this pixelated, clearly blue, clearly orange type of thing. It's like watercolor. It's really, really pretty game, even for 25 years old. This is why we bought antidotes earlier, because we were going to get in situations like this. And poison drains your health real quick. So and the visor is a helmet, so again we're going to be like, okay, what happens here if I put this on? So the visor is the better bet for Ryu. I can't believe it's already been 45 minutes and I haven't even beat the frog yet. I must be having fun. I'm actually enjoying this. I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun with Turok the other day, though. That was a good time. Did you see that? The trap triggered a sproing. I just got hit with a sproing. What's a sproing? Is that like a... You got hit with a sproing. A trap triggered a dark mist. I lost AP, which I can't use right now anyway. Hey man, this is not Squaresoft. This is back whenever Square was Square. Here's the frog. You want to see me beat up a frog? How do I do this? I have to figure out a voice for this guy.
You have no reason to be in my castle. Move around the cat. Slimeless humans, you think you can drive me out? Go ahead and try.
Alright, so Breath of Fire boss tip number 1. Hit auto battle and then wait. Because accuracy is 100% for every enemy. So you hit auto battle and you wait, and whenever you get low on health, you hit B to cancel. So our health is pretty low. We're gonna hit cancel. And guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna heal with an herb. And we're back to full. And guess what we're gonna do now? We're gonna hit auto battle. So basically you have to have at least 12 hit points. If you don't have 12 hit points, you gotta cancel your action and start over. So I've got 13. It's time to cancel. Do another herb. Now we auto battle. Another tip for Breath of Fire is that every boss gets health back after you kill it. So it says frog seems alright. It looks like it has 0 hit points. Well, it actually got health back. So we're gonna auto battle again. And that's all it had left was a little bit. So we're good. We get to level 6. Level 7. And we get an herb and 150 gold pieces. And now we have to make our way all the way back out. But the good news is there's no enemies anymore. Not really much to narrate here. We're just retreading the way we came. Stop by and get some health from the water fountain. Old school RPG at its finest. Alright, so the king is forever grateful that we've saved his castle. Oh, should I do a voice for this? I think I'm out of voices already. Okay, so it basically says, hey, go to the Nanai Palace and fix the quakes that have been happening. That's all the direction the game gives you. It doesn't tell you where Nanai is. It doesn't tell you anything. Like, go to Nanai and fix the issue. Classic old school RPG. So we're gonna go ahead and save. We're gonna buy some more herbs before we leave too. I think there's a vendor here. This is a nice house. Are you taking bids on this real estate? Okay, so that was great. I guess there's no vendor here. So we're gonna go ahead to what looks like Nanai. Who knows? Luckily, these guys are easy now because we're level 7 and have better equipment. Auto battle is like your best friend in this game. Okay, so this is Nanai, apparently. Alright, so first thing we notice is there's guards that are not letting us in. So again, this is a point where the game doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do. So I'm going to tell you, you have to wait until nighttime and they're asleep. So what we have to do is just walk back and forth until it's nighttime. We'll fight some fights in the process. Raz, this would be a good time to ask me that question if you want to ask me. There's nobody else in chat right now. Because this is a 30-year-old game that nobody knows. At least the people that know it aren't online right now. Let's put it that way. We're just gonna fight until it's nighttime so we can get past the guards. Random question of the day. If you could only speak one word today, what would you say? That's actually a heavy... You are really good at asking heavy questions because that actually reminded me of something right off the bat. One moment, once it gets dark, I will answer your question. Your questions are really good. Like you should go on dates. You should go on more dates because those are really good date questions. Women, well, I don't know what you're into, but for me, women don't like regular questions. I don't ask regular questions. I try to ask either thought-provoking questions or I make them ask me questions. That's just how it just works better that way. Women like to operate that way. So, oh, here we go. Is it dark yet? Okay, so the guards are asleep. So I'm gonna go ahead and save since we're already here. You may suck at dates, but those are good date questions. people don't like, like for me, I'm actually an introvert that I can be a chameleon, and I can be extroverted, I can be introverted, I can be whatever I need to be because of my life experiences that I've had. I'm really good at blending in and immediately analyzing what's going on and blending into that situation. But naturally, I'm an introvert. So boring ass questions, I just can't stand. Like, oh, where are you from? How many kids do you have? Because I'm 30 something. I'm like, well, how's the weather? Did you watch the last movie? Did you watch The Bachelor? Like, nobody gives a shit about that stuff. Like, the questions that you're asking are good questions. So hold on a second. I have to get through this. So the first thing we have to do is we have to get around all the guards that are sleeping. I would say most people on Twitch are introverts, just to be honest. Like, let's be real. So we have to get past these guards. The way that we do that is not get in their line of sight, like I just did there. That's not the way you do things. There we go. So we have to meander all the way over to the other side. And there's a hidden guard right there, so you have to go around this way. Oh, what the hell? I thought maybe that's not the house I'm supposed to go to. Maybe it's the one with the purple roof. Oh, what a hot offer, Batinia. I don't know how I could refuse an offer like that. Alright, so I'm guessing the one we have to do is the one with the purple roof. Maybe not. Maybe I just don't remember where the hell I'm going. That's alright, we'll figure it out. Sounds like seduction. What, Botania? No. Gotta do better than that. Hold on a second here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we've got an herb and another herb. And then here is where we need to go. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. It's been a little bit since I played this game. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty confident we need to go down. Okay. Yeah, I know where we are now. We're good. So your question was, if you could only speak one word today, what would you say? Honestly, if I could speak one word today, it would be whatever emotion I'm feeling. Because I don't, the way that I grew up, I don't know how to identify my own emotions. So, on a deep level, if I could only speak one word today, it would be whatever emotion that I'm feeling, because I don't know what that is. So that's a little bit of a deep thought for you today. All right, Beaks. You look more like spiky blue balls, but I'll take... Blue balls are never a good thing, so I'll go with Beak. I already missed the chest. Well, what's up here? Maybe I won't. Oh, that's the that's the next area. And then we get that incredibly annoying noise that we're poisoned, just to let us know that we're poisoned. Okay, hold on. If you could only speak one word today, what would you say? I've asked that question to people and they sound the word fuck. Haha, it can be used as a noun, verb, and adjective. I like the word fuck a lot for many different reasons. But if that's your answer to a question like that, that is very indicative of the depth of thought that you're capable of. Like, if someone asked me a question, if you could only speak one word today, what would you say? That's a thought-provoking question. If your first word is fuck, that tells me that you're basically a useless Neanderthal. Like, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what website you get these questions from, but they're good questions. Like, you should go on a date and ask these questions. I guarantee you, like, it'll score points. 100%. Unless the person's a Neanderthal and the only word they know is fuck. In which case, you might want to try to fuck them and then not talk to them again. I don't need lifelines or phone a friend. I've lived alone in my head for 37 years. No lifelines needed. You ask me whatever you want to ask me. It's not like this is a it's not like this is a game that requires a lot of effort. I think I can muster the mental capacity to answer your question. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Good. Hey, we're just getting started on some Breath of Fire. I've been like trying to figure out a few games that I want to stream, you know, like because I get bored real easy, so I have to have like 3 games going at a time so I don't sit here and stream like this. Now we're gonna go to the next dungeon. So this is my slower paced offering for the meantime. Oh good, another Razed question. Second random question. How would you rather be able to copy and paste in real life or undo in real life? Okay, hold on. I need to... That's going to require some thought. Hold on. Were you streaming it or just playing it? Arm pad? Wow. Alright, I got a straw hat. Let's see what happens when I do my straw hat. Okay, that's not an upgrade. But my visor is an upgrade. Or whatever I just got. What was that? I don't even know what that was. My arm pad was an upgrade. Oh, you're playing this on Switch? I gotta tell you, if you want a little inspiration and you're gonna start over, maybe try the GBA version because the graphics are a little bit better and it's like a little bit more fun to the eye than the original version is. Just a suggestion. Because I know like games like this that are very grindy can take like some effort to be like, oh, I don't want to grind this today, but you have to force yourself through it. Like maybe some prettier artwork will help with that. Never played the series minus a little of this one and part 4. Well, Breath of Fire 4 is fantastic. The artwork and the watercolor style in that is beautiful. 3 is really, really good. I liked... So my issue with 4... Well, I can't tell you that because if you haven't beat it, then I couldn't tell you that. My issue with 4 is that the scale of the hero's power is not the same as it is in this game. Like in this game, at the end of the game, you feel much more satisfied that your hero is like the most powerful dragon in the world. Versus at the end of 4, you don't feel that way. If that makes sense. Without giving too much away. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't tell you more than that then, if you don't remember anything about it. Like for me, I enjoy when my main character feels like, okay, this is the baddest ass in the game, right? Like, and in Breath of Fire 1, I feel that way at the end of the game. At the end of Breath of Fire 4, I don't feel that way at all. It's kind of a letdown in my opinion, but the game is still beautiful. It's a great game, beautiful game. Three is good too. I enjoyed 3 as well. 3 has got some... I have some interesting memories of 3. Okay, I have to address Raz's question. Would you rather be able to copy and paste in real life or undo in real life? I value uniqueness, so I'm going to go with undo, because I don't want to copy and paste anyone. or anything. Remember 4 looking really good, but haven't beat it. Don't remember much about it. Yeah. Okay, so here is a before I do this, I'm gonna like give this a preface this a little bit. Like Raz and I were talking about earlier, this game is very much, it's 100% accuracy based. So for the most part, it's hit or miss. Occasionally there's a miss for whatever reason, but you have to assume that everything is going to hit. Your attacks are going to hit, the enemy's attacks are going to hit. This exchange with this knight is very much a hit, hit, heal, hit, hit, heal, hit, hit, heal, hit, hit, heal. So you have to go in this with a bunch of herbs. If you don't go in this with a bunch of herbs, you're going to lose. So I don't even, quite frankly, I don't even know if 7 is enough. We're going to blow through that B stone, and we're going to blow through that F stone, which... those sound like pretty dirty, but I'm not going to complain about that. But we're going to give the knight a B stone, and we're going to give the knight an F stone. And then we're going to attack him and heal. Attack him and heal. Attack him and heal. As you can see, the F stone and the B stone do significantly more damage than our regular attack, which is only doing 9. And then reusing the red, so that tells us it's time to pop an herb. And then it's just rinse and repeat. This is very much a battle of hit points and items. And hope that the knight doesn't crit. I like to play it safe, so I'm going to go ahead and heal. I'm going to get a lucky counter. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, I got a critical. That's good. Oh, he's going to hit us with Thunderbolt. Ouch. So now it's a good thing we kept that hit points above like 30. Because he's got that ability too. Oh, and he gets to recover. I totally forgot about that. Which makes for even more frustration, honestly. Hopefully I have enough herbs. I may not even have enough herbs. Why is he still recovering? I don't remember him recovering this many times. Ever. Okay, this is odd. I may run out of herbs, which is very unexpected. Hopefully he's out of AP. I think this is one of the bosses in the game that doesn't actually get to recover. Like whenever their hit points get all the way down. So this may be it after one more attack. Oh, I have more herbs. Good. I thought I was out. Oh, he does. Okay, he still gets his hit points back. Yeah, Thomas, this is just an attack to herb ratio is all this is. Yeah, there we go. Classic RPG stuff. Okay, so we get a key, which I think is the E key. Let me check and see if this is the E key. Okay, so we have the E key. The E key is essentially like the most important item in the game for like the next several hours of the game. If you have the E key, it's almost a guaranteed win. That's how important it is. So I think a lot of people get the E key in their inventory and they never use it. They think they have to battle regularly. The E key solves every issue from here for like the next 4 or 5 hours of the game at least. Yeah, it's just a Breath of Fire thing. Most games don't have that, but for whatever reason, Breath of Fire had this mechanic where you drain their hit points and all of a sudden they get life back after you. I mean, it's kind of like Charizard, the new Charizard raid in Pokemon Scarlet, same thing. You knock its health down and it gets health back. Alright, so our direction is to travel to Winland. I'm gonna go ahead and save. No worries, Raz. Apparently there's not too many people looking to watch Breath of Fire tonight. It's okay. I have all the confidence in the world that I will have a big Twitch channel at some point. I'm in no rush for it. It'll happen. I just have to keep doing my thing. I'm gonna be Pokemon number 2. Probably not. Alright, so we have to head to Winland, which is over here to the east, where we are hopefully going to pick up our second party member, who is going to have a whole lot of fun with that E key that we just picked up. Thomas, when you played this game before, did you use the E key, or is that new information to you that you can use it? Okay, I actually don't remember where Winland is, so I guess we're gonna find out together. I know it's over here somewhere. Thomas, you there, bud? Okay. Where's Winland? I wish I had like a champion's crystal or something where I could just like not fight all these random battles. That would be fantastic. Oh, I guess I have to go through the town that I just destroyed. That's the way you do it. So walk right on through. Stomp over all the graves of all the dead people. Just keep going. Keep on going. Here's Winland. Alright, we're good. In case you didn't know this was Winland, in case you needed someone to let you know, this nice guard here pronounces this is Winland.
When I grow up, I'm going to soar like my brothers and sisters.
That's my kid voice. I gotta figure out this voiceover thing, man. If I'm gonna do these RPGs, I gotta figure that shit out.
You want to see the king? Please wait here.
Princess Nina, the king has a visitor. Should I tell him the king is ill?
No, if word gets out that the king's been poisoned, our people might panic. Keep this quiet until we get the remedy. It may be very difficult to find.
I don't know if I can keep this Nina voice up for the whole game. I'm gonna have to figure this out. Princess, our visitor has been waiting. Show him to one of the guest rooms, please, and ask him to stay. I don't know who's talking right now. Yeah, read that. It needs to say, like, attendant or guard or maid. Oh, my throat's good, man. I can do gutturals. I can do gutturals, no problem. So this stuff isn't a big deal, but it's a matter of variety for me. I'm like, okay, how do I remember? I need a name. If I have a name to go along with the dialogue, I can recall that voice, but like I don't have a name with any of this shit. All right, so now we're in control of Nina. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do, so I'm gonna walk around in my little pink tutu. Figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be going. I would like a banana and an apple to start the day off because I've just woken up. I need a healthy breakfast, right? So I'm gonna get this apple and this banana here. Unfortunately, I can't. Even though I'm the princess and I can get whatever the hell I want. Oh, here we go. Let's go see Dad. Hey, Dad. So the king opened a poison letter from Zog, who is the leader of the Dark Dragons that we aforementioned. Karma is on this. It's on the other side of the mountains to the northwest, but we can't leave. Okay, so we have to go to Karma to the northwest and get an antidote for the king. I kind of want to do a voice again. The kid one's easy. It's the guard one where you have to like put a little rasp on it, like,
Hey, the prison is escaping.
what we like, almost like Mick from Rocky.
Like a rock. He's gonna hoit your rock. He's gonna hoit your bad.
Do I have the SRs with me? I don't. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself. I know I need to wake Ryu up before I do this. I'm almost positive. Hey, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. We'll figure this out together, chat. We'll figure it out. It's the details I don't remember. The main game I remember.
He's gonna hoit your rock. He's gonna hoit your appointment.
Oh, here's the SRs. Okay. I knew the SRs were gonna come save me, but I didn't know when. So Thomas, that you're back. Hey, I asked you a question earlier. When you tried to play this before, did you use the E key at all, or did you even know that you could use it? Because the E key makes this game a joke. Like for the next 4 or 5 hours of the game, it's a joke if you have the E key. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, well, this is only one enemy. We'll wait till there's more. Yeah, so like that knight, did you ever beat the knight? Because when you beat the knight, you get the E key. Which basically stands for the Earth key, is what it is. I beat the night boss, then you didn't. Okay, so when you beat the night boss, you get this item. It's the E key. I think a lot of people play through the game and they don't realize what it is. Like, it's an item that you can use as part of the story, but more than that, you can use it in battle, and it hits every enemy for 30 damage. So for like the next 4 or 5 hours of the game, you can just spam E key. You don't have to do anything else except spam E key. It's like you can have Ryu attack, and then you can have Nina use E key. So attack E key, attack E key, and it's just like, here we got 3 enemies here. Watch this. Nina's gonna attack, go to the items, and use the E key. Watch what happens. Well, the SRs are gonna take. There we go. E key 30. 30. And you can keep doing that over and over. Like, it works on bosses, it works on every enemy. So eventually 30 damage doesn't really do much, but for the next 4 or 5 hours of the game, that's all you need is the E key. If it's like one enemy, there's no point in using the E key because it's faster to just do an auto battle. But like if it's 3 enemies, just E key, E key, E key. It gets to the point too where like if you're fighting one enemy, Ryu's attack isn't even as powerful as the E key. So like even if it's just Ryu versus another, you just use the E key because it's more powerful than his attack. See? 1, 2, 3. There's nothing to it. Mindless. All right, that eye ore that we just picked up, you want to make sure that you don't get rid of that out of your inventory. I'm not sure if you even can get rid of that out of your inventory, but that iron ore is a quest item. Like you have to have that in your inventory or you can't move forward in the game. So if you get the iron ore, it is a story item even though it sits in your regular inventory. In case you get it and you wonder, why do I have iron ore? That's why. Did I pick up any inventory items I can put on? Oh, she didn't even have a hat on. Alright, well now she does. I'm just gonna auto battle this. Two enemies, auto battle. 3 enemies, E key. Raz, you still with us? All right, so we're on the other side of the cave. This is the town that we were going to go to. I think shortly after this. This is Ramiro. Karma is where we actually have to go because we're looking for an antidote for the king. Got a couple of old fogies here arguing by graves. I'm not going to get in the middle of that. I'm going to go ahead and save my game. It seems like some sort of plague has overcome the town here. Like everybody's turning to zombies and stuff. It's kind of weird. I'm gonna check. This is another game where you can check cupboards and stuff, especially bookshelves. Bookshelves are one thing in this game that offer like free items. So it's always a good idea to check those if you see them. Here is a little bit of a secret here. Not a huge one, but there is one here. There's a map, so you get the map there, and that puts a map on the world map, so you can see where the hell you're going. The map is missing. No, I just got the map. But anyway, this right here, this is for much later in the game. Once you have a character that can unlock this, this is a very important place to remember and come back to. It's not necessary to finish the game, but it is necessary to unlock that character's powers. So just remember this place right here. Head back in real quick. I'm gonna buy some herbs to replace the ones that I used. I'm gonna buy a life too while I'm at it, and an acorn ×9 while I'm at it. And that'll stay in the party whenever you transfer over to Ryu. Party items transfer. There's also a storage feature in this game, which is largely unnecessary. There's really no point in it, at least that I remember. There's the armory, which there's no point in going there right now. I'm just gonna make sure I don't miss anything because it has been a while since I played this. Make sure I don't miss a bookshelf. It seems like there's always something in a bookshelf or a chest of drawers in this game. Like this right here. There's almost always something. Every time you see one of these chest of drawers that's double wide, not like the single wide like over there on the right side, but on the double side, or the double wide, there's almost always something in it. See? Open the chest. There's an item in it. So our destination is Karma, so I'm just going to keep going west. I have the E key, so there's really nothing that's going to stop me. There are little mushrooms in this forest that you can pick too, but I never actually figured out what they're for. So I'm just going to keep moving. Again, the E key is what you want to use on fights like this. Dead. Dead. And the spider soon will be. Easy peasy. Yeah, there's these mushrooms. Nina eats a mushroom. I don't... Maybe it just gives you like a random effect or something. I'm not sure what those are about, but they are there. Dark Kiss, I feel like that's a good item, but I don't remember. The other thing is there's a character limit in this game, so you really don't know what things mean. Like, Proton B, or Proton B. Like, you have no idea what that is. Is it protein? Is it a proton? Or like Sea Stone, is that like... You have no idea what anything is. That's the big deal with like the character limit in this game. It's very irritating. Like, Suede Cap, Wooden Shield, DK is dark, so Dark Kiss. Like you look at that and you're like, what the hell's a Dark Kiss? And then it doesn't give you like a description. It doesn't tell you what the item is either. So fun times. Bandage. I think that's it. You would think that's a healing item, but I think that's actually something you equip. It is. Look at that. That was a shield. I now have a shield called Bandage. Yeah, you're right, Thomas. Early SN, basically any RPG, like any SRPGs were even worse than this, but I feel like there's not a whole lot of people playing these games right now that haven't played them before. So if I can attract someone to play Breath of Fire that's never played it before, and say they're like in their 20s and they're used to playing PlayStation 3 and above, like they're not going to understand that like creature comforts didn't exist back in these days. Like you have to figure shit out yourself. So I feel like it's important to explain that when I play this in case somebody ever watches it in the future that hasn't played a game like this before. And Nina levels up and gets luck up, which increases your critical chance. Good move to use on Ryu after he gets like some really good equipment. And now we're in Karma, which is our ultimate destination. And then we're going to end up going through. I would recommend making sure that you're of level. This is a pretty complex dungeon for like the encounter rate here is really high, and there's a lot of treasure to get. So I feel like it's important that you sit here and level up for a minute. That way the rest of the dungeon isn't so bad, because these water things are only at the beginning. So you want to make sure that you're able to tackle the dungeon pretty well, even though you have the E key, because there's a lot of treasure to get here. And it's pretty convoluted. There's also a series of bosses to fight in this tower. So like the first boss is right here, so it's a good thing to go ahead and just heal up. And I'm sure we're strong enough to take on the first one, so we'll go ahead and do that. And what we want to do here is have Nina use the E key and then just have the SR's attack. This dude actually hits pretty hard, so it is possible for somebody to get knocked out. E key for the win. It's like the most overpowered item that nobody ever remembers. I didn't know it either. Like the first time I played this game when I was a kid, I didn't use the E key. I went through and fought everything with attacks. And then one day I was like, why is the E key white in my inventory? I can use that thing? And then I used it and I was like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. It makes it so easy. Gosh, the encounter rate here is crazy. Thomas, if you think Breath of Fire was difficult, there's an RPG on the SNES that I still can't beat to this day without a guide. I have to have a guide, and I still haven't beat it. It's like so unfairly hard. Usually, like RPGs and stuff, the Japanese version is more difficult than the American version because, unfortunately, the people in Japan are just better at processing mathematical equations and like information. So usually Japanese versions are more difficult than American versions, but on this particular game, the American version is more difficult. It's called Seventh Saga. I don't know if you've ever heard of Seventh Saga. It is so freaking hard. It's insane how hard it is. It's like not even fair how hard it is. It's all like you have to have the right characters and the right items and enough of the right, like you are so much less powerful than the bosses. The only way you can win is with items. There's no other way around it. Dude, it's rough. It's really rough. They should remake it. It's a good game. They should remake it and just like tone the difficulty down a little bit because it's nuts. Another feature that would have benefited this game would be the ability to run. Alright, Nina reaches level 7. What do we get? Attack up has been learned. That's another good skill. Nina's a really good support character. Her magic, like her magical attacks are just okay. But as far as a healer or a support character, she's fantastic. See, I've got a charm and I don't even know what it does, to be honest with you. But at least I have one. That's the important part, right? I've got a charm. I have charm. Alright. Need to get past this crap. I've been spoiled by modern games where I get impatient and expect results immediately. I'm having trouble tolerating the speed of this. If you ever wanted to grind, this is your game. Okay, now that we have all the treasure, I'm pretty sure this is the way to go. At least I thought. And then we wrap around here to the left. And we get another Dark Kiss, which we still don't know what that does. Yeah, I'm almost positive that this is the way to go, but I could be wrong. You'd think with all this gold and experience that we'd be like rich, like level 100 by now. All the money in the world. Yeah, okay, here we go. This seems more familiar. Yeah, so there's the second Reaper over there on the right-hand side that we have to go take care of. I think it's in a series of 3, so there's 3 of those dudes that we have to knock out, and then eventually we get control of Ryu again. Who will magically have all of the items that Nina has just acquired with SR1 and SR2. Even though we have no idea what SR stands for. SR1 and SR2. I'm going to take a wild guess because of the character limit and say that it's Soldier, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. The amount of random encounters is quite high, in case you haven't noticed. It can get repetitive. And then we get offered a selection like this, and you're like, oh, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Well, the first thing we're going to do is get the herb. Second thing we're going to do is try to figure out, okay. So if you look physically, we have 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, right? So the 2 on the bottom can't really lead anywhere. So we have the 2 on the top to choose from. Which one do we want? I don't even remember, to be totally honest. So I'm going to pick the one on the right. And I picked correctly. So there you go. Because the one on the left takes you down to the basement in those 2 chests that we already got. So there you go. I picked correctly. If I was an affiliate, people could cheer for me right now. I'm not sure what this one does. Is this a chest? Oh, this leads down to a chest. You have to go down several flights of stairs and there's a chest at the end. There you go. Life 2, which is a really good item, actually. So that's worth picking up. Restores a character to full health if they're dead. And then we have Morty. Is this Morty? Mortea. My bad. Mortea. Oh, SR2. We're gonna save you. I don't want you to die. You're too important as an SR. And there we go. And we have the magically expanding bridge. You step on the tile, and the bridge just appears. Just like that. I'm gonna go up a flight of stairs real quick. Use the heal. Use the save, because why not? It's here. And I don't think there's anything up here. That is correct. We're going to use this button, which magically makes these random people move. Just random people. And we're going to head downstairs to get the remedy for the king. Or at least we think we are. And here's the big bad wizard, who cast a poison mist called Xeon gas. And this fight is useless. There's no way to win, so you might as well just do your thing. So Nina distracts the wizard and sends good old SR2. SR1 and Nina stay behind, and good old SR2 in all his glory plays hero and goes all the way up to the top. And we're gonna fight the wizard again and immediately die. And SR2 goes to the top, and wizard follows. SR2 turns into a bird and flies away to go get help. Chased by dragons that seemingly came from nowhere. Apparently the wizard can summon dragons as well. And the soldier reports that Princess Nina's been captured. And he passes away. Thanks, SR2, for your service. You were... well, let's be honest, you won't be remembered by anybody. But I remember you, SR2. I remember you. The wizard captured our princess. Help us? Okay. I'm just a blue-haired dragon with nothing better to do. Let's make it happen. A rescue party has been formed. Please meet them outside. Alright, here I am. Where's my party? Oh, here they are. Hop onto my back and I'll give you a ride. May I be so bold as to say that that's SR3? Alright, so we're back at the tower pretty much immediately. Let's see who we have here. What's his name? Oh, it's SR3. What a unique name. I would have never guessed. Would have never guessed. It's me and SR3. SR2 has met his ultimate fate. But SR3 is here. He's here for the win. SR3, I can't thank you enough for your service. I guess I should be using the E key. Well, hell, now I'm gonna have to go upstairs and go back to the well. That's what you get when you don't use the E key. You gotta go back up to the well. Okay, how far up is the well? Good grief. Alright, there we go. Lesson learned, use the E key. SR3, I need you to use that E key. Alright, so the soldier leaves the party. It's just good old Ryu. He's gotta brave it alone. First thing we're gonna do is, instead of going up here, we're gonna go to the left and pick up a Rang. Which, might I add, is a significant upgrade. I like how they don't have enough characters to spell lizard, so they name the enemy Zard. I just fought a Zard. Trap triggered a Sproing. Ryu completely... So a trap gives me all my hit points back. Oh, okay. And we're gonna put the Rang on, which increases our everything. It increases attack, it increases action. And I can go ahead and confidently say that the Rang attacks all enemies instead of just one. Which is really nice when paired with the E key. Makes things pretty easy. Even though the E key still does more damage than the Rang. All right, so there's that. A warrior from the Dragon Clan, the Xeon gas won't affect you. But you will soon know the wrath of my magic powers. Well, we're just going to use the E key. So you're going to know the wrath of our magic powers. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. Whew. That scared me for a second. He got to go first. I thought I was screwed. All right. E key for the win.
Was so close to perfecting the eternal life potion.
That's my best wizard. I hope that passes. Alright, we're back up here on the top with SR3. It's Ryu, Nina, and SR3. Come on, I'll give you a lift. I'm ready, SR3. Let's shag ass and get the hell out of here. Oh, the celebratory flight of the birds. We're gonna do an extra loop-de-loop there just to celebrate. Oh, another loop-de-loop. We're so excited. I'm very excited. High five. Very nice. Oh, loop-de-loop number 3. Alright, Nina's back with the remedy. Ryu is in tow. And SR3 is in one piece. Not a bad day. The only thing we lost was SR2. Hey, can I go in here? Look at all the treasures. Oh my goodness. Look at all those treasures. And here we are. The remedy doesn't seem to be working. Were we too late? I'm beginning to feel better. I'll be fine. As I use my bed as a trampoline to propel me 20 feet into the air. I'm getting much better. I don't remember Nina's... What was Nina's voice? Thank you, Ryu. You've saved my father's life. So you're the warrior who saved my life. What can I offer in return? Well, there's one thing. I want your daughter's hand in marriage, and I want to be able to take her on an unimaginable ride into Ecstasy Land. Did I just say Ecstasy Land? You wish to use the tunnel
Is that all? You could have asked for more. Ryu, I'd like you to join on a journey. Don't go, Nina. You'll only slow him down. Isn't that right, Ryu? I've made my decision. We can't ignore Zorg's power. I'm going. If it's important to you, you have my permission. Be careful.
This voiceover work, top notch. Top notch. Alright, let's see if any of that equipment that we got out of the chest helps good old Nina here. It drops her action. Wow. That suede hat sucks. The suede shield sucks. I guess that's like in a pinch in case you didn't pick any of that other stuff up. Alright, we got an antidote and an herb. And we're going to cross the bridge that we were previously unable to cross. And now we are again in an unknown land with no direction or information on where we're supposed to be going. But we've got slimes. All the slimes. Keep in mind at some point you're going to have to kill a deer. So if you're playing this game and or if you're watching this and plan on playing the game, at some point you're going to have to get a white antler from a deer. Just heads up. It's not even optional. So we're going to head to the first place that we see, which happens to be this town, which looks like it used to have water running through it. Currently does not. There's a boy here fishing in the dirt. I don't know if he's looking for a diglet. I'm not sure what he's fishing for. I'm a master fisherman. I can fish anywhere, even when there's no water. You're gonna need a Pokeball for that. Have you seen the dry river? No, when I walked in town and I saw some bridges and like this whole big canal of dirt underneath of it, I wonder what that is. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a dry river. Son of a bitch. I had no idea. Need a boat to Scandi? You'll find one in the south. Apparently there's a rock blocking the river, and that's why the water is dry. But thankfully, we picked up that iron ore earlier. If you remember me saying that was important. The iron ore will solve all of our problems. I can't remember what house it is, so I'm just gonna... Oh, is this it? I'll make a saw if you bring me iron ore. Well, I've got some iron ore for you right now. And I got a saw. Look at that. Look at that. Nothing in here, so we're gonna go talk to the village chief, who presumably is in this house here. The Tuntar chief says give up the treasure. That's not like him. The ring is our treasure. It gives us strength. It's the one ring. The dark dragons will give us water back to us for our treasure. We don't want to give in, but the neighboring village is suffering too. I got you covered, bud. I got you covered. Here's another one of those ominous chests to check. And we find a W potion. And this this random NPC has a name. His name's Terry. Hey Terry. What are you doing in bed, Terry? I wanted to sleep in today, but the boss is downstairs. He doesn't know that I'm still up here. I just wanted to sleep right next to this portrait of King Arthur from Ghosts and Goblins, because this game is made by Capcom, just like Ghosts and Goblins. So I wanted to lay next to this portrait of Arthur while he still has his armor on and hasn't been hit, causing him to lose his armor and run around in his underwear with a joust. So Terry, I hope you're enjoying your nap. Thank you for the information. So since there seems to be an issue in the other town that neighbors this one, I guess we're going to go back to the world map and find a neighboring town. Oh, there's one. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Alright, we don't have wolves this time. This is Tuntar. We call the Valley up north the Stone Cemetery. Dark dragons destroyed the bridge to the port town in the south. Okay. You'll move easily in the woods with Bo leading the group. Who the hell is Bo? If you're playing this game for the first time, how would you know who the hell Bo is? Have you seen the stone robot? Nope. Have you? Alright, nothing in here. Last house. Nothing in here. So just useless houses. Alright, let's go talk to the chief. I always thought these guys looked like their arms were in a cast. I mean, does anybody else see that? I don't know how to interpret that sprite other than like I'm wearing a green shirt, but my arm is in a white cast. Like that's the way I see that character. Am I wrong? Like I don't know how to work the robot and I don't want to get involved. Kantar should give up the ring to resolve the problem. Oh. My fiance lives in the next village. We can't see each other right now. That would be rough. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I very much love someone right now and I can't see them either. So I get it. Alright, let's see here. So, this is again the game not telling you where to go. I know where to go. Because I got the iron ore and I got the saw. Look here. I've got a saw and I'm not afraid to use it. I should also remember that I have an E key and I'm not afraid to use it either, because I'm currently taking more damage than I should be. So, not that you would know by looking at it, but there's a big tree blocking the road. And in case you don't remember from 30 seconds ago, I've got a saw. I'm going to use that saw. I even get to hear the sawing noise. You overworked the saw and broke it. So guess what? I don't have a saw anymore. But I do have an entrance into the worst dungeon in the game. So before I keep going, I'm going to apologize to anybody watching this live or in the future. I cannot find I cannot like ascertain what my ass and what my elbow is in this maze. Like, this dungeon is actually very small and very simple, but every time I do it, I find myself walking around for 45 minutes until I finally figure out where I'm supposed to go. And I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to happen again, because it's happened every time since I was like 7. So, fun times. Fun times ahead for all. Wow, that guy hits hard. If I used my E key like I'm supposed to, I probably would be out of this battle by now. I swear to God, this is the most confusing dungeon ever. And it's so small. It's actually very small. Level 11, level 8. Here we go. Let's go. Oh. T drop. No idea what T stands for. Tears drop. Thunder drop. Titty drop. I have no idea what T is. And the monster left a sea stone. What is that? Cold stone? I like ice cream. So these enemies in this forest are hard enough to where even just a single enemy you should use the E key instead of auto battle. They just hit too hard. So this building up here is where we're supposed to go. If I find it this quickly and get in there this quickly, that's going to be a world record for me. Because I usually tromp around here for an hour before I figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. Okay, so I need to go up and to the left, that's for sure. This will be a nice end of the stream too whenever we get out of this dungeon. This will be good. This will take about a half an hour and we'll be good. See, the trick is not to go left and try to find treasure, even though there's treasure over there. Because you're going to get lost every time. At least I do. I'm not all about that. I'm not all about that. So hey, we're here. We've arrived. That's absolutely a miracle for me. I'm gonna say that's Thomas. I'm a treasure hoarder too. And in almost every instance, I go for every treasure chest. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I go left on this dungeon and try to get all the treasure, which, by the way, is not very good anyway, I'm going to be here for another hour. And I can come back and get this shit later. I am not about to go on stream and run around in a circle for an hour because I'm too stupid to figure out where I'm supposed to go. So... Alright. Nobody gets past us. We're very sharp guards. Alright, let's see how sharp you are. How about an E key? What happens if you get hit with an E key? Dude, what's weird about it is that it's not even a big area. It's actually this is a really small dungeon. But every time I've ever done this, I walk around for 2 hours, an hour, 2 hours, and never, it's bad. It's really, really bad. It's like very notorious. So anytime in this dungeon where there's bats on the ceiling, that means if you walk under it, you're gonna get dropped down into an invisible hole in the floor. So don't do that. And 2 of these have traps, 2 of them don't. I don't remember which one's which, so I'm just gonna open them. One of them has a wolf hat, which is really good. There's a long sword. That would be good for Ryu if he wasn't already using the boomerang, which is better. So like the long sword, it takes your attack to 61, but is it really worth it just to hit one enemy with it? Not really. It's good for a boss, but it's not good for a... So, like, you can switch to the long sword for a boss, but for now, just keep the boomerang on. Somewhere in this dungeon, there's a wolf hat, which is really good for Ryu, too. Dude, I know. Missing chests bothers me, too. Trust me. I get it. I completely get it. But I'll get it. It's like... There's some things you do on stream, and there's some things you don't do on stream. And one of the things is walking around like an idiot for an hour. Okay, so the Breath of Fire games don't really have anything to do with each other, except that they exist within the same, like, universe per se. Like, everyone... Think of a story of reincarnation. Ryu is the most powerful of the Light Dragons, and he reincarnates at different points in time. Think of it like Link. Link reincarnates at different points in time of the history of Hyrule. Ryu reincarnates at different times, and the stories are all independent of one another. But the things that are synonymous, there's always a Ryu and there's always a Nina in every game. It's kind of like how every Final Fantasy has a Cid. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you start with, honestly. This is the least complex one. So, like, do you care about becoming the most powerful? I do want to play this series. Yeah. So, do you care about being the most powerful version of yourself? Because if you want to open every single chest in the game, I'm assuming you're like me, that you also want to be like max power as well, right? Or do you care about that? Okay, so Breath of Fire 1 is pretty straightforward, other than the grinding that they make you do. Like, clearly there's no way to avoid any of this grinding that I'm doing. It's just part of moving forward in the encounter rate. Getting to be like max power in this game is not really that difficult, but in Breath of Fire 2, if you're looking to maximize everything, I'm not going to ruin it for you because there's a lot of things in the game that, like, are not in this game. But if you're looking to maximize your party in Breath of Fire 2, it takes a lot of extra work. Breath of Fire 3, not as much, but still some extra work. Went to Kefka and I did grind up 4 characters, but I didn't level up anyone else. Okay. So in that case, I don't really think it matters which one you start with. You've never maxed a character? Okay. So me, along with like it sounds like you like to open every chest. I like to max every character. So for me, it's a little bit more laborious. In this case, I would probably just take the Breath of Fires in order, simply because you're going to appreciate the art style as you move forward. Like, if you start with 1 and 2, if you just play straightforward, are not like that much more complex. So you just keep moving forward, and then as you keep moving forward, the graphics get better. And by the time you get to 4, you'll be like, wow, this is beautiful. Well, it sounds like you already started with 4, like you started that at some point. But I would say the one that's most complex as far as like the dragon aspect of it would be 3. 3 is probably the most complex. So if you're looking to start complex, start with 3. If you want to leave that for last, then play 3 last. I never played Dragon Quarter. There's another one on PlayStation 2 called Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter that I never played. But from what I understand, it's totally different than all the others. It's very, 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 very different. Oh, does the remaster of 6 have a chest counter? I didn't realize that. The last version of that game that I played was Final Fantasy Anthology on the PlayStation, on PSX. I have not played Final Fantasy 3 since then, and that was like, I don't know, 99? 2000? That was the last time I played that game. I think I'm gonna get dropped through the floor here. Yep. I did it anyway though, didn't I? Alright, one of these has a wolf hat. There it is. That's a good item. Oh, that's for Bo. That's right, that's for Bo. Even though we don't know who Bo is, right? So yeah, I can tell you this, Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter for the PlayStation 2 is different because the ending of the game depends on how many times you turn into a dragon. Like, in every other Breath of Fire game, you can turn into a dragon as many times as you want, and it's just part of the game. There's no long-lasting effect. But in Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, it's like you're on a timer, and the more times that you use your dragon abilities, the timer falls faster. So like your character, you can actually just permanently lose the game if you continue to use your dragon power, which I'm not really a big fan of that, so I never played it. But I guess it would make it more like strategic, I guess. It was a flop too. It did not sell well at all. And the game starts in the center of the earth. Like, the story of it is mankind has been relegated to the center of the earth, and your goal is to basically get to the outside world again. It's a really different Breath of Fire game. Alright, so now I got another group of D-bags here. You came to rescue the chief?
Don't make me laugh.
Alright, I won't make you laugh, I'll just make you cry. No skin off my nuts, man. Oh, I probably should have healed Ryu, huh? Hey, Prada, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, I promise we're gonna finish Suikoden 2. Just give me a little bit. We're gonna go back and do that last stream and do the cooking contest. I promise. How's your Suikoden 2 streams going? Step in here while I open the secret passage. This is definitely not a trap. In no way is this a trap. Oh, it's a trap. Pog will have a nice snack. Alright, let's look at Pog here, who does not look anything like one of the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past bosses at all. Well, hell, I need to start this off with a heal. I should have healed before the fight. It would have also been a good opportunity to put on the longsword before this fight, too. Alright, Ryu needs some help. So let's go ahead and have him attack. Since his attack has been boosted, we will use an herb on him as well. Hog got up. Oh, did he? Did we use the fire rod on his left side and the ice rod on his right side too? Alright, there goes Pog. Ryu levels up. Nina levels up. You're not getting away with this, warrior! How do I do Bo's voice? Thomas, I might need some help with Bo's voice. How do I do a dog's voice? Oh, we mean business! We mean business! I came in from the back and rescued the chief while you kept them busy.
You wanna fight? Let's go, you and me.
Oh, you're going to do Matilda and recruit Vicky? So some good progress on that. Hey, I liked your opening visual, the background, the Suikoden 2 background looks great. I love it. Good job on that. Let's see. All right, so that's an attack. I can't remember what to do here. Let's Bo has magic. Oh, that's right. Bo has pretty good magic too. So let's go ahead and drain his magic. Bo is super squishy to this general though. That's the other issue. Oh, but he does a ton of damage. That's right. There we go. Alright, so there goes the Pog and the General, and all is well. Looks like we have our friend Bo, who definitely needs to be equipped with that wolf hat right now. Zog is also my enemy! Let me help you fight him! Thomas Prada's been squeaking in too. He has this beautiful opening artwork that I don't know where you got it, but it has movement to it as well. I really like it. Alright, so now we have 3 characters. To me, that just screams 3 opportunities for the E key. That's all I'm hearing. And midget is definitely not a defensive term to anyone. Thanks, Capcom. So now we have to head back out without falling through the floor anywhere. Because it would be too much to ask for us to just get a free ride out to the beginning of the dungeon. Have you guys heard a date on the remasters yet? I looked on the internet, I think yesterday or so, and I haven't seen anything. I would love to know what day it is though, so I can plan for it, because I want to be one of the first people on Earth, basically, to live stream that game. Like, I'm excited about it, and I feel like that's going to help me develop my audience at the same time. I honestly thought, like, so one of the streamers that I follow, her name is Spoonie. She's been streaming Breath of Fire 3, and I honestly thought, like, with maybe people are kind of like watching that they would be more interested in watching Breath of Fire as well. But the turnout tonight has been a little bit less than I expected, to be totally honest. This is a classic game. I guess people on Twitch are just in that age group where they don't even know what this game is, so I hate that. But at the same time, I like that, because that can help me get like a core group of people. You know, between, like, I played Turok the other day, and I pulled like 6 or 7 followers from Turok, you know, playing Breath of Fire, playing Suikoden, playing Street Fighter, playing Pokemon. I feel like with this broad group of people that I'm getting, that it'll pay off in the end. I feel like Twitch is such a competitive market right now that you almost have to do that. And at the same time, I just have fun talking to y'all. It's like, it's really fun. Like, I'm kind of, Razd and I were having a good conversation earlier. Oh shit, did I just fall through? Does Bo... So one of these characters gets an escape spell, I think. But they don't have it yet. Bo gets a town portal, I believe, and Nina gets an escape. But we don't have either one of them yet. Thankfully, I think this is the beginning anyway. So Thomas, if you want me to try to go left here and get some treasure chests, I can, since I finished that. That was the part that sucked. I don't know that there's even anything good over here, to be honest with you. But if I remember right here, because this is where I need to go right, if I can remember this screen, I've got 2 skeletons, I've got one in the middle and one on the bottom. If I go right there, I can get back. And the thing is this isn't even, this is not a complicated forest. I just can't, I don't know why I have so much trouble with it. All right, leveling up. Nothing wrong with that. Bo's getting pretty low on magic, so it's a good thing that we bought those acorns earlier. Oh, hey. Oh my gosh. Thomas. I got in and out of that with no issue. You, sir, are my lucky charm. That's the first time ever. Okay. So what happens next is we go to these towns and we get some information that we have to go and restart a stone robot. And the stone robot will break the boulder that is keeping the water from flowing to these towns. However, we're going to do that in the next stream. So if you're watching this now or you're watching this in the future, what I am doing is I have 3 things going right now. I have a Turok for the Nintendo 64, but remastered for the Switch. I have a Turok knife only, which is a much higher rate of speed, more like focused type of playthrough that's a little bit more difficult. So I've got a Turok knife only, I've got a Breath of Fire, just regular full playthrough, and I've got Pokemon Scarlet breeding and competitive as well. I have all three of those things going on at the same time. Eventually, I plan on playing Mischief Makers and Final Fantasy Tactics, Super Mario 64, Link to the Past, and some other of my favorites. But ultimately, the one thing that I am prioritizing is the Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2 remaster coming out next year. Today, if you're watching this in the future, today is December 4th, 2022. I fully expect by the time the remaster comes out that my channel will be double or triple the size that it is now, because I'm working hard on it and I'm dedicated to making it happen. So hopefully you're enjoying this. If you watched all the way through, hopefully you check out some of my other stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit subscribe. If you also have a Twitch, please jump over to Twitch and hit follow. And I'm always open to chat. I'm always open to suggestions. And I'm always open to chatting with the community and having a good time. So, Thomas, thank you for coming out. I'm going to rest real quick here in the inn and then save in the Dragon Shrine. Prada, thank you for stopping by. You and I, we'll get Lay Renewal and you and Dickory together, and whoever else wants to join, and we'll knock out the rest of that Suikoden 2 playthrough. And I think my plate is pretty well booked for the next couple months, so go ahead and save at the Dragon Shrine and get the hell off of here. All right, folks. Thanks, Thomas. Nice hanging out with you. We will see you soon. Prada, see you soon. If you're watching this in the future, hopefully I see you soon. Have a good night.